Okay, this is a two-part video. I want to talk just a second about these emblems and about something for Tom Noble. Remember I told you, when you use this stuff, got to keep it well shook? This is exactly what I'm talking about. I don't know if you guys can see it in the camera, but they're two different colors. This one, and this one are basically one color. This one's different. And I think these other ones are pretty much set up. I painted them all at different times. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to give them all just a single coat across the top to even them out. Shaking the can. Because I can't have an emblem next to each other. Side to side you wouldn't notice, but here to here you would notice. So, and the second half is, I was just watching Tom's video. I didn't actually finish watching it. I saw the first video when you opened up the first box with the paint gun, and I saw where you bought it, and I really don't like those people too much, but we'll leave it at that. And then I saw when you opened up the box and you got the wrong paint stand, and I wasn't surprised. But I know you want to send that, or you're asking if you could send it for little guy. I'm sure he'd appreciate it, but I know you need one of these, so how about I send you that one? It has a little overspray on it. But how about I send you a regular paint stand that I think you could take the base off and clamp it, or you use it freestanding, or I think you could screw it to the wall for your gun, because I'm never going to use one of those. And we'll do it like that. That'll make me feel a lot better, because I only use that to do the whatchamacallit, to do the initial 2K on the car and the epoxy, and then I just wound up using it as a stand to spray things on. So my gun won't fit, as you guys know, and I'm not going back. I don't have the EPA breathing down my neck. I'm not going back. So it became part of me, just like the last one I had. It only took a little bit of time to get it all back. They do mix a little different than the modern day guns, and that's why I was having a problem with the I know it was a cheap end gun I was using, but that's why I was having a problem dialing it in and getting it smooth. And then once I used my original knowledge on this gun, it was coming out like glass. So like I said, I'll send you this if you want to send me the other one. If you want to repaint it, you can repaint it, but it just says black overspray on it. I had something on that I painted black near the end, one of the pieces. So other than that, it was brand new. And that'd be it. And thanks again, and the car's looking great. I enjoy watching your videos. With that, so I'm going to give these a quick coat, and I'm going in the house and obviously uploading the video. And thanks again. He only has 2 airbrushes at this point, as you know, the nice one you sent him, and then a cheap one. And his recommendation to everybody is, he actually made a video, but the batteries went dead, was to start off with a cheap one, single stage, and then work your way up to the airbrush that you sent him, which is a double stage, which means it's just like a real gun. You shoot air, and you shoot liquid, fluid, whatever you want to call it. Okay, the cheap ones are just, the one you sent him is, you could blow the air and then feather in the paint and do whatever. So he is getting really good at it, as you guys seen. He has the knack. Either you have the knack to paint or you don't. And I think he has it. And it seems to interest him. And as they say, the old term is, it keeps him off the streets, right? So, like I said, he made a bunch of videos. The battery went dead while he was doing it. He's moving along pretty good on that last model. I never got to videotape the red one, I don't think, that he shot with Tom's airbrush. And basically what they do is they take the tester's paint, one bottle of the tester's paint, then they use the same ratio with thinner, which I don't understand, because they're using lacquer thinner mixed with enamel. Every time I've ever tried that, it curls and gets all weird and wrinkly and separates and does all sorts of weird stuff. But that's the way they do it, and they constantly paint. Okay, it comes out thicker than you saw him doing the chassis. Chassis was totally different paint. And they constantly paint till they're done. They don't paint, let it dry, paint, let it dry, paint, let it dry. It's just a constant action, and by the time you work your way around the car again, it's ready for more paint. And they'll give it 5-6 coats, and it'll dry and shine just like you saw in that blue car. It's texture free and glass. I have a question for you, Tom, and it's easier to just videotape your video and ask you. There's your Z-bar and there's your rod coming out from your pedal assembly. This rod, what side of the clutch pedal is it on? The only reason I say it is you already ripped one boot, as you know, and it looks like it's crinkling all to one side. I'm wondering if the rod is on this side of the pedal and it should be on that side, which should center it out in that boot a little bit more. Like I said, it's hard for me to tell sitting here. You know what I mean? This angle looks right over here, but here it looks like the rod is over a lot there, because that does not look like it's in the center of there. It just looks like it's over kind of far. Just a question. Like I said, I'm here, you're there. So